blessed with the mighty Atlantic Ocean, fertile agricultural lands, and a strategic geographic location that gives an opportunity for a lot of people to explore and get into the business. Gunjur and the Gambia at large has experienced numerous shutdowns when it comes to economy, and especially this COVID time. Please join us as we embark on a journey where we explore different areas of our business sector, from agriculture, fisheries, and small business enterprises. Gunjur Business is in short called Gunjur Biz. This will be a platform that we will use to explore different business opportunities, especially for young people. We'll bring you on Gunjur Online all the business topics that is related to financing, operations, marketing. And we will use this platform to invite experts from different sectors of the Gambian economy and give tips and have a broader analysis of the general business sector. This will give us an opportunity to be able to discuss in a broader detail how businesses are affected when it comes to our environment, our natural resources being exploited by other people, but also how we can tap into the opportunities and also access capital, which is very crucial for the success of the businesses. But not only that, we won't stop at accessing capital. You know what else we're going to do? It's about the little operational processes that are needed in our business culture to build up cultures that's going to be successful. And that's going to be, most importantly, what? It's going to be sustainable for the success of the business. So we can transfer wealth. We can also transfer skills from one person to another to be able to live in a community that is thriving, a community that businesses, private sector, individual businesses nurture entrepreneurship and reward them. So please join me every week on Gunjur Online as we delve into all these areas of discussions when it comes to business success. This is your host, Abubakar of Gunjur Online. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you.
Wherever you are, this is Ahmed Manjan here. The picture you've seen, this is Golden Lead, the famous Golden Lead factory behind the trees. And you can see the receding Gunjur Bolom Fenyo, the lagoon that sits next to Golden Lead Fish Mill Factory, and one of the victims of the excesses of Golden Lead. And now this is the Atlantic Ocean, Gunjur Beach. The dark things you are seeing like this in the water, these are dead seagrass that is rotting and also is accumulated in numbers. Yeah, we know seagrass is a natural phenomenon, but also its production can be unregulated, accelerated by the presence of fish meal waste. I will explain in detail towards in the middle of this video how this phenomenon happen. But what you are seeing, the dark spot, these are dead seaweed that are washed ashore, right adjacent Golden Lead fish meal factory. Is because of these presence of tons of this seaweed, you cannot see the pipe that is dumping the fish meal fish meal waste of Golden Lead into. In fact, that's the pipe here you can see right in front of me. This is what the Golden Lead are using to pump their waste into the sea. This big barge they manufacture on the beach, they never use it again. So as you can see right in front is very, very dark. This is excess seaweed. And just to show you that this is as a result of the fish meal waste, you see where the seaweed ends. And now we are watching the video moving towards the Sacred Mosque. This is the fishing village in Gunjur. You are watching here, and you can see the clean oceans. And this is the project area of Gunjur youth movement where they plant their coconuts, their common nights, and this is the fence of the sacred mosque which Yahya Jammeh took from the villages. This is not the topic of this discussion, but just to show you the damage fish meal is causing, fish meal production is causing to our environment. As you can see, the sea around us, this end is very, very clear and crisp and blue water. But towards the beginning of the video, and you will see towards the end also how dark and slimy and smelly the place is. Nobody dares swim in that part of the ozone. So basically, why we have the lagoon water in red. The red color is as a result of algae bloom, what they call algae bloom or bacterial bloom. When you have large quantity of nutrients into water bodies, what it does is it causes excessive growth of algae if the water body is not great. Like in the lagoons, we have seen the bolonfeño earlier in the video. Basically, what that does is it excessive growth of algae, they will eventually die and start decomposing and also settle at the bottom of the water. So once they start decomposing at the bottom of the water, they create a situation called anoxic condition. Anoxics, by that I mean the decaying algae or plant material will deteriorate, will reduce the amount of oxygen that is available at the bottom of the lake. So because of the reduction in the amount of oxygen at the bottom of the lake, this will kill more organisms like the crabs, like the lobsters, like the shrimps and all that. So eventually organisms start dying and they will start dropping off at the bottom of the river, and these create more and more anaerobic conditions. So once anaerobic condition is concerned, created, what I mean by anaerobic condition, that is lack of oxygen. What that does is more organisms that need oxygen to respire will die. But these are not the only organisms in the water bodies. We have organisms that that doesn't need oxygen to survive. They thrive under anoxic condition when the oxygen concentration in the water is reduced. So these anaerobic organisms will start germinating in their numbers. They will propagate into their numbers, and they will eventually dominate. So that's what is called algae bloom or bacterial bloom. We have this group of bacteria called chromoviolacum. Chromo means red color. They will create this kind of water condition. As you can see, we are approaching but this is the fishing village. This is the fisheries department. And next to it, this is the golden lead. And you can see the dark, slimy, tons of seaweed that is created by continued indiscriminate dumping of fish meal waste into our ozone. I will continue with the explanation of the eutrophication we see at the Bolonfeño and also the unregulated growth of seaweed that is responsible of this. In some locations, these seaweeds pile, 2 meters deep. So basically, eutrophication, what happened? We have this bloom, bacterial or algae bloom that turns the color of the water into red. That's what you see in the at the Bolonfeño Lagoon, because the water body there is not so great. But in the case of Atlantic ozone, or where the water body is great, just look at this picture. You can see the black, and just after the black seaweed, you see the water is like little bit milky and reddish. This is as a result of eutrophication. I was expecting there is clear algae bloom going on in this place. This is killing lot of marine life. The number of marine life that have been killed here cannot be quantified. Unfortunately, we don't have the capacity to go and test and measure the amount of dead fish or the amount of dead shellfish that are around this area. But look again, this is the receding Gunjur Beremfonyo Lagoon. Just look at the birds circulating around. These birds are after the dead fish that as a result of the anaerobic condition created by the fish meal waste. But we cannot again quantify. These birds will munch, will feed on these dead crabs, these dead lobsters, and eventually they die. So they will die again. You can see the forest cover behind this, surrounding this water area. There are wild animals there which also feed on this dead, and you can see the amount of animals being killed is going to be even greater. Look at the color of the water. This is as a result of eutrophication. What you see in that tone, this water red is algae bloom. Coming back to the ozone. So when you put lot of nutrients, like a fish meal waste is very rich in nutrients. Fish is a proteinaceous material, is very rich in protein, and two of the main building block of protein is nitrogen and phosphate. So basically, if you put fish meal waste into the ozone, what you do is, because it have blood as well, so something with blood will, with tissue, with protein, have a very high biochemical oxygen demand. By mean I that when you put that kind of material in water bodies, it suck up oxygen, around that area. So any immobile organism that is around that end will become, the environment become anoxic. That means no oxygen, and the living things there around will die. So, but these nutrient also, just like fertilizer, the nitrogen and phosphate are the main component of the artificial fertilizers our farmers use on their farm. So basically, pumping tons of fish meal waste into the ozone is like we are pumping tons and tons of fish meal waste into the ozone. So what that does is going to encourage unregulated growth of seaweed, as you have seen. So these seaweeds, as they died, they will be they will be washed ashore, and as you can see, they are slimy, they are smelly, and it makes the very sea very unattractive. And this is the result why tourism sector around this and is completely dead. And you go to Sanyang, you go to Katong, the same area where they throw, where they dump these fish meal waste, you see similar kind of situation there. So this is what we are fighting. We are not anti-development. We only want the Chinese to respect our environmental laws, and we want our Department of Fisheries to make sure that the fishing quotas that are recommended are being respected, because it's not only the environment that is under threat from this fish meal production, but also our livelihood. Because the average Gambian, the kind of fish these fish meal factories use, that is the common bonga or chalo or kobo in Wolof, this is what everybody in the Gambia can afford. So basically, what these Chinese people are doing now, they contracted all these fishermen, to their company. So when they go out to sea, the Chinese have the first option. They supply them first, then the leftover, that is what is given to the locals. That's what they take to the town, and also that's what they use to smoke. So the numbers are reducing by the day that is available to the common man, and that's why the cost of fish is very high these days, and is out to the reach of the common man. And what this is doing to the general population is that is making us malnourished, because the chalo or the kobo or the sardinella fish is our cheapest and surest source of protein. But now that is taken away from us by these so-called Chinese investors, is making us hungry. And also this the pollution you are right now seeing in front of me. You can see in front here is a fence. This was bought by Makasut company who want to build here a five-star hotel. But because of the continued pollution of sea around this end, they decided to hold their development, because no tourists or no even locals want to swim around that end. I can remember my last two holidays. I don't have the confidence to go into this sea, because it smells, it's slimy, and also it irritates the skins. We have proof, evidence we gather from the locals, people who go here in the fish landing site to take fish from the boat to the fish landing side. Some have irritation in their eyes, on their skins. So it's effectively killing our locals. So we take this opportunity to call on the Honorable Minister of Environment again to rethink how they're going to continue to deal with these fish meal factories. But right now, they are killing our people, and that shouldn't country. Nobody should suffer because of foreign investment. We have to look at the interests of the locals than foreign investors. We are not anti-development. All we want is for these people, these fish meal factories, to respect our environmental laws. Thank you all for listening.
Blessed with the mighty Atlantic Ocean, fertile agricultural lands, and a strategic geographic location that gives an opportunity for a lot of people to explore and get into the business. Gunjur and the Gambia at large has experienced numerous shutdowns when it comes to economy, and especially this COVID time. Please join us as we embark on a journey where we explore different areas of our business sector, from agriculture, fisheries, and small business enterprises. Gunjur Business is in short called Gunjur Biz. This will be a platform that we will use to explore different business opportunities, especially for young people. We'll bring you on Gunjur Online all the business topics that is related to financing, operations, marketing. And we will use this platform to invite experts from different sectors of the Gambian economy and give tips and have a broader analysis of the general business sector. This will give us an opportunity to be able to discuss in a broader detail how businesses are affected when it comes to our environment, our natural resources being exploited by other people, but also how we can tap into the opportunities and also access capital, which is very crucial for the success of the businesses. But not only that, we won't stop at accessing capital. You know what else we're going to do? It's about the little operational processes that are needed in our business culture to build up cultures that's going to be successful. And that's going to be, most importantly, what? It's going to be sustainable for the success of the business. So we can transfer wealth. We can also transfer skills from one person to another to be able to live in a community that is thriving, a community that businesses, private sector, individual businesses nurture entrepreneurship and reward them. So please join me every week on Gunjur Online as we delve into all these areas of discussions when it comes to business success. This is your host, Abubakar of Gunjur Online. Thank you for joining us.